And hello, everyone out there. Oh my goodness. We are back here to the archive summer split once again. Okay, this time we have a Krug division matchup between CAD Storm and XRising Esports. Of course, I'm Matthew, also known as Mr. Monstar, and I've got someone new here with me. We have Pancake Man himself here
Up.
on the cast with me. Pancake Man, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I can't complain. We have a good one on our hands today. That's going to be for sure. If history tells us anything, we may have a 100 kill game. It's happened already. So buckle up.
Yeah, I do. I did see a screenshot from one of the games before from this team where they were what is it? I think 104 kills is how much it ended up being. But yeah, it was something to behold. I have to imagine. We didn't get to see it on cast, but yeah, I heard through the grapevine that that was a nutty game.
Yeah, it was crazy. And really, you have two teams that are coming in good form. You have Cat Storm. They've won their last two, both in 2-0 fashion. And then you have X Rising. They're series 3-0, and they've only dropped one game. So both looking good. Both have done it a lot through good individual plays. Um, but anyone on any of these teams can pop off at any time. So I'm excited to see what they pick, how they're gonna, devise these different team comps, and just see where it goes from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should be getting into the draft some point very shortly, actually, I think. I think we might be getting into the draft right now. Okay, so one thing to note, just so you guys know, when we flip scenes over to the draft, all right, I may have broken something with my drafter scene. So mine is a little it's a little pieced together. I'll have to fix it maybe in between games. But that's okay for now. We are going to go ahead and flip on over to the draft, and we see right away the Yumi band. That's got to be a little troll. I think that's a CAD Storm troll right there.
Is there some BM coming out already? First ban? I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I don't know
Oh, there
about
we
BM.
go.
I don't know about BM. I think we're going to see a real band here as we see the Lilia taken out for XRising Esports there. What do you know about? I know you took some great notes on this. So what do you know about these early bands? You see Zeri, you see Lilia. Are these commonly played champions?
Yes, very much so. So, Couch has been spamming Lilia in solo queue here recently, so not a surprise to see that ban come through. The Zeri Nemo has looked very good. The term he uses is he's been floating on it. So I think it's a really good ban, and then you see it followed up the Lilia ban with the lock ban. This champion's broken right now, and Amorphous plays it in solo queue. So little strategy, little research has gone into these bands, as every team should. And there's the one I was waiting for, the Kled. Bear is known for his one tricking of Kled, and I knew eventually it would come off the board.
Yeah, Bear. For those of you who don't know, started the season actually playing mid lane, right? In their very first series, he was lined up in the mid lane, and I guess the team, after losing in that series, decided to kind of shake things up. I guess some people were playing on their off role, and they swapped and said, you know what, let's just all take one for the team and play the roles we know we're the best at, and they did that. And since then, they're on a 2 game winning streak, as we see Mordekaiser banned out there for XRising Esports. Um, so a couple of targeted bans at Bear there, I feel like, but and I guess the Zeri there obviously banned out for Nemo. Everyone knows. Those of you who are watching out there, I'm sure came here to kind of see Nemo on stream a little bit. I know he's been in the chat, the power rankings and all that. So a lot of I guess angst kind of geared at him recently. So it'll be interesting to see. And we do see maybe a Ziggs lock in here first. No way, Nemo first game on stream is going to play Ziggs.
Yes, I think he is. So, Cad Storm actually played, I believe it was Cad Moon in a scrim not too long ago, and he played this in the very first game, and I was able to watch it. He was awesome. He allowed his support to roam a lot and have a lot of impact around the map. So he's comfortable in this. And there's a whole way following right after the Ziggs. That way will be in bot lane. Fleet has been playing it a lot, and so that is not a surprise to see that following up the Ziggs.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bessa, obviously, a good choice here. Nautilus locked in. So that Nautilus Ziggs combo, I think that has to be the combo, right? I cannot
Yeah,
believe
I mean
we're about to see Nemo first game on stream lock in Mage Bot. I know there's gonna be some comments in the Discord about that in the Twitch chat here. I know it.
yeah, I mean, and it's going to allow this Nautilus, to link up with the Viego that we now see come through for Thuggy, who he has played a decent amount as of late. And you hope to see the Ziggs being able to control bot lane by himself, allow these two go, the two, I mean, Nautilus and Viego, go and start impacting the map, right? I think there is a good answer, though, by Rel trying to do a very similar thing. As we do have a little offsets as the bands come through, you're seeing um, an interesting Vayne ban. Maybe that's noting that Sembesa could be a jungle of some sort, but the Renekton and the Akali coming off as well.
Yeah. Oh, the Silas pickup by XRising Esports. Listen, I think I said this on the last cast I was on last week sometime. But anytime I see Silas locked in, I honestly I get really nervous for the enemy team because Silas is just one of those champions that is, when piloted correctly, is really hard to deal with, especially when you lock in champions with that have useful ultimates. For him to
Mhm.
kind of pick off, as we see Galio and Nar locked in there. So interesting here. We're going to see, is this Hue going to be the APC, or is it going to be mid lane? And which counter pick are we going to see here by XRising? What are you expecting?
Yeah, I really do expect that way to go into the bot lane. So you should see a jungler come through here. To save it for last pick when you saw it, that's a little interesting. Maybe you could see the Silas moved it into jungle, but Morpheus has played that in the past and played it very well. And wow, here comes the
Oh,
Nefiri. They're going with a little aggression here in the jungle. High octane. That ultimate, can be uh, affecting the map in a lot of different ways. But there's a lot of disengage in this CAD Storm comp. It's going to be interesting to see. We have a lot of things working for us. Obviously, Silas looking, where are you going to steal or what alts are you going to steal? You have the Ziggs ult, the Nautilus ult if you want to get some more CC, and that Galio ult to maybe follow up this Nefiri. So I love the Nefiri pick uh, solely because you might have a Nefiri going in and a Silas jumping on top of you with the stolen Galio ult.
yeah. The only thing, I thought in the beginning I was liking XRising Esports' draft. Obviously, landing on a comp where you have four kind of melee champions, and Hui like obviously has a decent bit of range, but not a ton. It's going to be kind of an all-in type of thing. Like you're going to have to almost dive in immediately. Like you have to basically go past the front line and try to make it onto Ziggs pretty easily. On the flip side, though, if you look at CAD Storm, like where does their main source of damage come in? I mean,
Exactly.
obviously Ziggs is like big bursty damage and can hit you pretty hard, but like you gotta. I guess they're kind of banking on this Viego getting going, like getting really, really fed and kind of accelerating.
Yeah, this game could really be decided in the first, couple clears of that jungle. Who's going to get some pressure? Is it going to be the Nefiri? Is Viego going to be able to start snowballing? And who's going to support the jungler more, right? Is Rel going to be roaming with the Hue, being able to control bot lane, or is it going to be vice versa, the Nautilus doing that? This is going to be an interesting one because I agree with you. I think the Cat Storm draft lacks the consistent damage, lack the kind of identity, right? And I think that's something like the Nefiri or the Zeri that we saw banned out that brings is it gives Storm an identity of okay, hey, we have this late game monster that can carry us to a victory if we get in these, 30, 40, 50 kill brawls of a game. And I don't think they have that champion that can pull them through that style of game. So they're going to have to try to play a little slower.
Yeah, they're pretty much, I think, just relying on Viego getting going. And I don't know if we mentioned this or if you already mentioned this. If you did, my bad. But this is Nefiri mid and Silas jungle. So
Oh my
Um,
gosh, we did not mention that yet.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so a little bit different
Oh,
than I thought here.
wow.
How does Nefiri do against Galio?
Very good. It's really hard as Galio. Obviously, you have to time your W correctly to get that CC down. I still don't see an issue for Galio. Being able to use um, his different abilities to control that wave, and then obviously he can match a lot of Neferi's roams, even if Neferi does get pushed with that hero's entrance. So I would have much rather seen the Silas in mid lane, but that's just me. In the end, the players got to play the champion, and they felt comfortable with it. Obviously,
Yeah. Well, all right. We are just waiting on the spectator delay now. We have just a couple of minutes before this game is gonna get rolling. So we are gonna take a short break, and I'm gonna make sure that everything is working with the in-game layout, all that good stuff is okay. So that way, we give you a good presentation. So we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, everybody. We are in game at the moment. I think we have everything set up. All right, I think everything's good. I believe it looks smooth, and I think we're gonna have a good time, right? What we have here is another Krug Division matchup. If you weren't here at the start, just so you know, this is CAD Storm on the blue side and XRising Esports on the red side. I'm Mr. Monster. I'm here with my man Pancake Man. Pancake, how you doing? And take us through the blue side.
Yeah, doing very well here. And as we can see, CAD Storm on the blue side here. You're seeing a Viego starting on the Raptors. So he's going to start on bot side. We have a split map a little bit compared to Silas. Yeah, across the board, should be an interesting one. May lack some damage for the Storm, but we'll see. They're going to have to get off to a good early start and hopefully get this Viego going.
Absolutely, just to keep it up, we see a little bit of action here in the mid lane. The Fury does get the ignite off on a Galio, but Galio is thankfully, I believe, going to survive. He does survive that. So that is Bear on the Gnar in the top lane for CAD Storm. Thuggy Charms on the Viego, as we see the hook here for Nautilus. A little action. First is on the Galio in the mid lane. Emo is on the Ziggs, and Captain Killer bringing up the bottom, finishing up the bot side there as support Nautilus. Pancake, who's on the red side?
Yeah, red side. So we got Baldy in the top lane. He's going to be on that Mbessa. Took that early, so must have some confidence in it. Silas in the jungle. That's going to be Couch. Very much somebody to watch. Somebody that I've heard CAD Storm talking about being very fearful of. Amorphous in the mid lane on that, and a Fury. Fleep and Talent Vacuum in the bot lane, running the Hwei and Rel combo. Should be a high damage, high octane dive comp that we'll see if they can get to the Zig in the late game.
Yeah, and I mean that's their goal, right? Obviously, with the Fury, with the Silas, with the Mbessa, and even with the Rel, like that entire quartet of champions there, their whole goal is just to jump into the action. And we're going to see that, I think, hot and heavy here. I don't know. Normally, I would say it seems like red side is on a sort of a timer, right? As in, with this kind of comp they have, the later this game goes, especially with Ziggs on the blue side, the tougher it's going to get. But I tend to agree with you, and we talked about it a little bit during the break, and before in the draft. The blue side just lacks a lot of consistent damage, especially if this Viego doesn't get started early. So I think that's going to be an important thing to watch, this jungle v jungle matchup, as we see them pretty much just, you kind of called it out, they split the map, they traded scuttles. It looks like right now the Silas might be invading, right? We're going to go in there and try to take the Viego's chickens. Viego is just a few seconds away. I'm going to control the camera actually here for a second so we can see what happens here. Silas down to 800 damage. A little bit of action right here, right? Is he going to be able to take it? He does. He smites it and picks it up. So great pickup for him.
So when you see in these invades, both of these junglers like to try to get into the enemy jungle, try to steal away some camps. Right there, mid lane was pretty even. There wasn't lane control one way or the other. So I think that was a little risky there by Silas, but he got the timing right, was able to get there before Thuggy was able to make any kind of difference.
Well, the issue now is Viego is in his side of the jungle now. He's taken his chickens, so it's really more kind of like an even trade. Silas just going up there to do the top side there, but wrong start because Viego is taking the chickens at that same time. So decent little.
But look at this
trade.
Right here. They had mid control though when Thuggy decided to go for those Raptors, so that was a lot safer of a Raptor take. Because even if Silas does come down and try to contest, that Galio is going to rotate and going to have first move over the Neferi. Uh-oh. Here we go. Gank on Bear early. He has been susceptible to those. Most notably, he had a Kale game, which obviously we all know Kale can struggle early, but still fell to 3 or 4 of those ganks, so that's something to keep an eye on. Is XRising going to play through the top side? Good counter here by Storm, controlling the bot side, getting this dragon started.
Yeah, I think that's smart by them. Kind of that cross map play. It's interesting by XRising though. They know they have the man advantage after they kill the Gnar there, and it feels like they may want to try to get some vision over that to make sure that wasn't happening. But I'm not even sure if they're aware. Well, they're aware now as Rail kind of walks up. But you mentioned it as well. This mid lane control by Nefiri has been excellent. He's up 13, 15 CS now, and Amorphous kind of dominating the mid lane this early stage there. Nefiri able to kind of cut through the Galio. Galio obviously really strong against kind of those AP type mages, those control mages especially. But here against the Nefiri, who could just hit him with that 80 damage over and over again, looking pretty good.
Yeah, we see more invading though. Silas was able to take the whole top side jungle of Thuggy and Diego as after that top play, realizing, hey, we're not going to be able to get down in time for Dragon. What's the next best thing? All right, let's take away his camp. So you're seeing a little bit of a lead start to get there. Only 5 CS, so nothing big, but his camps are still up. Whereas the Thuggies, he's going to have to walk around a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. Blue side has this Drake, but red side was able to pick up the first blood. So they are a little bit ahead in gold, and that 1,000 gold right now in the early game, where it's only like 10k to 9k or 11k to 10k, is pretty significant. So you're thinking this next objective here in what 3.5 minutes when this next dragon comes up is going to be a time where XRising Esports is probably going to want to make some noise. We see a little bit of engage here. Nefiri ignites on the Galio. That's going to be a dead first. Great play there by Nefiri to pick up the second kill for XRising Esports.
Yeah, and so first of all, great all in there by Nefiri. Was able to hit both parts of his Q, get that damage down. Didn't really like how Always first played that with his CC. As we got another all in there, but there's jungler or a support roaming top. Actually going to save Bear. Yeah, mid lane. This looks oppressive. I don't know about you, but this Nefiri coming mid lane, I was skeptical of it during the draft, but it looks like it's tough to play against.
No, it is. It's that 80 damage, man. He puts out enough damage to where Galio can't sustain and stay inside of the lane and clear those waves fast enough. And we see that kind of having an action right now, being up 13, 14 CS, as we see a little bit of action here in the mid lane.
EV3 here. The rail is going to go in as you're going to see the dredge line come through. And Silas, holy crap, creative ult. Does get the first kill on the Talent Vacuum. So they lost in lane, but the first group fight, you're going to see Storm come away with one as we see that was actually Captain Killer getting the first kill. So that's not ideal. You wish it would go over to somebody like the Viego. But nonetheless, they get their first kill on the board.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Captain Killer picked up that first kill there for CAD Storm, but that still, even though it goes on to the Nullis, it's going to give them some space. It's going to give them some time. They're going to be able to pick up the grubs now. I'm not sure how beneficial grubs are for them. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to really be in the side lane late in this game, pushing and trying to get that side control. My understanding, Gnar is more of a team fight oriented champion. He wants to land that ulti on 2 or 3 members of the enemy team to try to give some good CC there. So it's interesting to see. Oh, Nefiri is here on top of the Ziggs. A lot of damage coming out pretty quickly. Ziggs, you're gonna get taken down. Great roam by Nefiri, and a second kill picked up by Amorphous there. My man Nemo, that's your first death. We're gonna have the Nemo death counter going here on stream today, my friend, and that's number 1 for you, bud.
And this death counter could get pretty high with the type of comp that he's playing against, especially with the Nefiri continues on this track, and he's going to be a big problem for a majority of this game if he continues getting these kills.
Yeah, and so tell me, just where we are right now, Pancake. This is kind of in my head what I thought this game was going to look like early, right? With Red Side, having a lot of champions that want to fight, that want to go in, that want to engage. Obviously, as soon as those level 6s come in between Silas and Nefiri, it starts to get really scary. And as the game goes on, Huawei picks up a lot of AP. Just looking at it for CAD Storm here, you mentioned a couple of things during the break as we see, oh my goodness, Investa just tearing Gnar up. Is he going to get the kill? I don't know. But the direct camera takes it in the bot lane. Huawei is taking a ton of damage. Does get the ulti off on the Ziggs. Rel is here as well. Ziggs, you're in a bad place now, my friend. That is a ton damage coming out from away. Silas is here too, and Nemo. Death counter maybe going to number 2 for you, my friend. I don't know if you're going to be able to escape this one. Rel gets the stun off. Fleet able to pick up the kill there. Great job. Unfortunately, the Viego is here now. The flash in.
Don't like this
Oh,
re-engage.
Thuggy with the kill is able to pick up one now. Rel and Silas doing a ton of damage. Silas gets the kill on a Captain Killer, and all of a sudden Viego's alone. That could be a triple. A double kill there for Silas, and now 3 kills for Silas. And Hue picks up a kill in that. That is, I don't want to say a disaster for CAD Storm, but that is not what you wanted, especially with this Drake up right now. Silas going to be able to get a ton of control. Look at all that vision for XRising Esports.
Yeah, and as you were talking about before that play happened, kind of taking a step back, looking at this game in totality, you now have nearly a 3K gold lead for XRising. The snowballing comp is snowball, right? And so if you're CAD Storm, you're saying, okay, hey, let's stem the bleeding a little bit here. Let's slow this game down. But their team complete game, I don't know about you, but it doesn't give me hope. It really doesn't. Like they don't have the scaling Vayne, a scaling ADC, the Azir type champion that's gonna come and save this team comp in the late game. I'm also a little worried. Oh, go ahead.
I say we do see a disconnect there. I thought we were gonna get a pause, and there it is.
Yep. Looks like the Nefiri had to DC'd there for a little bit, but good. This actually gives us a chance to. Oh, are they back?
Yeah, it came back.
Oh, perfect. There we go. So let's get a little more chance to talk about the game. We need to see more vision out of CAD Storm, right? You saw whenever they mean XRising, took ground in the enemy jungle, they were leaving behind a lot of wards. Right now, you only have one ward, that pink ward on the top side of XRising's jungle. That's the only ward past the river. And so it's going to be tough to track this Silas, who's now 3-0-0, and got the Lich Bane done. So this is a scary Silas that you want to track.
Viego and Nefiri here. Viego does go in. That's a lot of damage on Nefiri really quick. Already below half HP. Now down to a third of her HP. Is able to escape, though. Galio wastes the ultimate there. And, what you're saying about the words, when you look at it, you're like, okay, well, right now, CAD Storm has total control over vision in the river. The thing is, though, is they got that after the dragon was already taken. What objective are they really trying to watch out for with all those words now? XRising Esports had total domination. They took the dragon, and now they're just chilling. They're biding their time. They're waiting until this next big thing, and then they're going to go out and expend all their thing. As we see another engage here on a Fury in the mid lane. Viego, unfortunately, you're just a step behind, my friend. The hook onto Hue there. Great pickup for Nemo in the bot lane. That kill, much needed. Really, really good job by Captain Killer there.
Yeah, great kill by Nemo, but the play was made by Captain Killer. The dredge line hits Hue, already low enough. Flash was used earlier, so really no avoiding the ultimates from Ziggs there. Kind of just got to take that one on the chin and enjoy the gray screen.
Yeah, you saw right there, all of a sudden Ziggs doing a pretty good bit of damage. Like that Rel just took, a quarter of her HP in 1 Q pretty much. So, it's only 13 minutes in, but Ziggs, with that Luden's already starting to hurt just a hair.
Yeah, and if you're Storm, you're saying, okay, yes, as we talked about earlier, they don't have the late game scaling, but their path to victory here is on the XRising side. They are squishy. Outside of this rel, they can die relatively quickly. So if their initial dive doesn't bear any kills, these elongated fights definitely favor Storm. So that's going to be the objective. Hey, can Nemo stay alive? Can the Galio ult on top of him keep him alive long enough to get his damage down? And then these relatively squishy carries, can you kill them quick enough? We're just going to have to see. That's their win condition right now is, hey, can we get some CC, kill them down quick enough after they dive onto us?
Yeah, the question is, though, when this dragon comes up in a minute 40, I think that CAD Storm is honestly, their best play is just going to be to give it up, right? You don't want to get into an engagement right now with that Nefiri at 2-0, with that Silas at 3-0. Looking at a second item coming out for that Silas pretty soon, I think. They got the Dark Seal there, so it's going to be a little scary here in about 70 seconds. And as we see Nemo kind of flash away there, Rel does go in. Sun under the turret. It's a little bit of a dive. Wade doing a ton of damage. Exhaust comes out. Wade going to be able to pick up the kill, and another kill over to the side of XRising Esports. Really great job.
Not the best satchel charge there. Threw a little too far away from him, then he able to use it to get away. But I agree. You know, they have topside control. They know that in a minute, in what 53 seconds here, this dragon's going to come up. What I'd really like them to see, or like to see them do, is to make a play for that top lane turret. Watched a couple of their games, and they struggle trying to get these turrets downs. That's why you're seeing these high kill games that they're involved in, is because they're not progressing it well enough when they do have leads or when they do have pressure on the map. And how you progress it quicker is you got to get these turrets down, open up the map, open up the different lanes. And so you have 3 plates down already on mid, you have nothing down on top. Use this time if you're going to give up that dragon. Get some of those plates down. Maybe set up a dive on the Mbessa, which can be difficult, but do something to get something back on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, and we're seeing. You were talking about it a little bit earlier. We're seeing again the situation. The dragon is about to come up, and blue side vision in the bot lane is pretty much restricted to that one pink ward there in the river brush, and so like XRising Esports, as they see 3 in the bottom here, they're going to be able to walk in and kind of get vision control pretty easily. The only person here to stop them really is Nautilus. We see Silas going in right now. Rel on top of them. Nautilus, you're all alone. He does flash, but unfortunately, you are going to die, my friend. I don't think you're making your way out of this one. Another kill picked up for Silas, of course, across in there in the mid lane. They are able to pick up that turret, but
here's what I don't like. You see, they drop the Herald mid, and then they try to come to the dragon fight. Right? You have no business there. Your support just died. You should have stayed mid with that Herald, try to get a second charge onto the tier 2 and mid. Instead, they rotate down, fight the uneven fight, and they end up losing another guy and always first. God, some of the macro mistakes here are just adding up, in my opinion, and it's, a team like XRising is going to punish them.
Yeah, XRising 3-0 on the split and up 9-3 here, up 3,000 gold. They are looking to go up 1-0 in this series and have a pretty good shot of their first 4 games being W's. And I think that would be kind of a statement to the rest of this division of, hey, look, like we're here to win. We're here to play. The rest of you need to pay attention, right? Because we're gonna potentially take the W. And I got to be honest with you, in this situation right now, considering the comps, considering what we look at, CAD Storm has a pretty big hill to climb. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's gonna be something here.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not gonna be a game 1 Andy. That's my biggest thing. You ever watch the CAD those streams? He always talks, don't be a game 1 Andy. I still think Storm they're going to come back. I would be shocked if this doesn't go to 3 games. I just think they had a drafting issue. I mean, you're seeing it kind of play out as we talked about in draft. They lack damage minus Tavares, Diego. And in here, Silas is here though, flash out for Bear. It was a drafting error. I think hindsight are going to even admit that. They don't have enough tools to protect.
Fury under turret. Oh my goodness! I thought that was a mistake. I thought Nemo was going to win that fight, but unfortunately, the Fury is just so strong. The amount of damage he did in about 3 seconds there was just insane. And Nemo now onto the 4th death.
Did you see? Did the Fury hit both the Qs?
I think he did. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that. I thought he only hit 1, and I was at the 3rd damage if that's the case. But there's case in point, right? You don't have enough tools to protect the stage right now against the dive comp of XRising, and you don't have the damage.
Yeah, and I believe Rel and Away are going to be able to take this turret. They are going for the dive on top of Galio. Galio already really low. Turret shot coming out on Rel. He's able to finally get out from under that. The turret goes down. Nautilus and Diego are here. Rel is below half HP. It could be a good move for CAD Storm. Teleport coming in. Away, you need to stay alive. Does dodge to the hook, so has an opportunity here. CAD Storm, you need to be careful. Investa's on the backside. That's a jump in there from Rel now on top of Wei. Wei dealing a ton of damage though to Viego. Viego's dead now. It's 3v1. Nautilus the only one left. Fury also here. So it was looking good for CAD Storm, but they overplayed their hand a little bit, and the rest of XRising was able to show up. It is now 13-4. That's a 1v3, 1-for-3 trade, and XRising are, I think, comfortably in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and you know what? They're transitioning their kills, their reward is going to be these turrets. And just like I talked about how Storm struggled with that, it looks like XRising, they're capitalizing on their victories, right? They're turning it into turrets, they're turning it into opening up the map. And what it's going to allow them to do is when you get these team fights in the mid to late game where you actually win and you get 4 dead, you're going to be able to break open the base a lot sooner. And once you break open that base, it's only a matter of time. Winning one fight's going to allow you to end the game. So
Well,
turrets right now 2-1, so not the biggest difference, but we got to see these turrets go down before this game progresses.
look at you talked about it earlier. Look at the vision for XRising right now. The dragon is in 80 seconds. Look at that. They have wards. There's not a part of the bottom side of the map that is not covered in a ward right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and something you said earlier kind of resonated with me. Everyone always looks at vision score. What's my vision score? What's my vision score? That doesn't always tell a good story on who's using vision properly. Because if you have a ward that you put in your dragon 2 minutes away from dragon, yes, you may spot some people, but it's really not impacting your ability to take that objective, right? It's about right now you see both sides trying to jockeying for vision, clearing out different spots. But okay, from this time on, 30 seconds forward, who's seeing who, right? And so right now, XRising is just dominating, in my opinion, in that realm.
Yeah, they know exactly where every member of CAD Storm is pretty much at this point.
Uh-oh.
And there's a little bit of an engage there, and immediately Viego taken down. Unfortunately, this 1-3-1 situation for CAD Storm not really looking too good. The 1-3-1 is typically what you want to do, but at this moment you have to realize there are so many engage tools for this XRising Esports side right now, and they are utilizing each of them very well. They are going to get this third dragon now, another Infernal Drake there, and they are looking really strong, right? Now they're. If you notice, look at this. They won that team fight and immediately transitioned their vision coverage to the top side for the bear. They have 2 wards up there now, so starting to kind of spread their vision from that bot side into that top side. You were talking about it before I interrupted with that last fight, but they're doing such a great job, right, of timing these wards, putting them where they need to be when they need to be, and not just throwing vision out there. And I have to be honest, like I realize that there's a huge draft difference in this, and CAD Storm is feeling it right now. But at the same time, I think XRising is doing everything on the map that they need to do. They're winning in every little micro kind of League of Legends. A lot of people like to talk about the chess of League of Legends, right? There's some microcosm things that happen around the map, such as vision, such as placement and things like that. And I just think XRising is dominating in all of those facets right now.
Yeah, and you're totally right. Yes, are we as casters analyzing every little bit and how the draft changes it? Yes, that's our job. But when you get down to the brass tacks of it, XRising is outplaying CAD Storm, right? And even regardless of comp, I don't think it's a comp is the reason they're up 15-4 right now. I think they're playing the map better. They're able to take advantages and transfer it into bigger advantages. After watching a lot of this game, I can't help but wonder if the shot calling of CAD Storm it's either they're not on the same page or it's non-existent, because twice now they needed to make the call, hey, give dragon, right? We saw it with the second dragon. We now saw it with the third dragon. They should have just given that dragon and not even fought there. They turn out to fight. Okay, now they're going to lose pressure. They might lose top turret here. As you see, they're planning for a dive. Galio needs to be careful.
Here we go. TP coming in. Galio, though, is all alone. Fury does take the first turret shot there. Now Silas taking the turret shots. That's a dead Galio, though. Oh, my man. Don't bounce into that. There are 4 members there. Oh, my goodness, buddy. Silas maybe have taken a turret shot or 2, but that doesn't mean he's out of it. The turret going down now. Oh, no, they're just engaging on top of Nautilus. He goes down immediately. That's a lot of damage coming out from the fourth. Hawaii taking those turret shots, though, not good. They are able to bounce the turret to somebody else. So really, really close by Hawaii there to dying, but does a great job of getting out of the turret range. And all of a sudden, 3 members of CAD Storm are dead. That is going to be a Baron. maybe even 2 more kills if Silas is able to
They're
catch up.
going
Oh
for
my
the
goodness, he's going
kills.
for it. They are gonna find Ziggs very easily here, and Bessa teleports on top of him,
Get the
able to pull
counter.
out a lot of damage. Does dodge the ultimate. Ziggs, my man, you are all alone now. They are gonna leave Bessa to take that one while they go. Probably rotate back to the Baron, pick up that Baron, push all these waves out, and I think at this point, CAD Storm just needs to take a deep breath and start talking about how they're going to draft better in game 2 because this is not working.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to hear some of their prep before this match, and they talked about how Couch is a very, very good jungler, right? And if you know Couch is a very good jungler and he's going to kind of be the power point, why are you drafting a comp where you need your jungler to pop off? Because that's really what this comp is. This comp, we could be saying you're singing a totally different song. If Diego is, 6-2 right now, he would be carrying this game. With the Galio following up, Ziggs all following up, those kind of things. As Nautilus dies again in the mid lane, nothing new. But we're not singing that song, right? Because I just think they need to draft a strong bot lane. They've done very good in some of their earlier matches with getting Nemo a lot more resources to carry a game. It's tough to carry a game on Ziggs. It really is. Only few people can do it, and most of them are playing in the LCK right now. So, no offense to Nemo, he's not that good.
Oh, and Bessa does mint the ulti there, so Diego able to escape just barely. So Baron over to the side of XRising. They have the 3 dragons. The next Infernal Drake is up in 45 seconds, so that's going to be Infernal Soul for them. And I got to be honest with you, I don't think there's a better dragon for this team. They are all about getting in your face, beating your face. More damage for them is exactly what they probably want. So I think this is going to be perfect for them. This Soul plus this Baron, I think is going to spell the end for CAD Storm in game 1, and we're going to be seeing them go up 1-0. I got to be honest.
Monstar, I got a question for you. If you're the shot caller right now for XRising, how are you maximizing this Baron? Are you trying to split, or are we just going to send it all mid ARAM style and try to use that Baron as a group?
Well, I think they're doing exactly what they need to do. They're pushing out mid and bot, and now they're going to go get that soul. As soon as they have that soul, if I was them, I would just take all 5 members of my team and I would push down the mid lane. They can't stop them. Cats, and in fact, they may not be able to stop. They might just die here before the dragon even spawns. Nautilus already down below, half HP. Okay, Silas turns his attention back to the Drake. If they do get this soul right here, I literally just take all 5 members, turn around, go to mid lane, push down the mid lane, and call it a day. There's really no need to do anything else. And that seems to be exactly what they're going to do. And Bessa, though, TP up to stop the Galio. Like, I honestly don't even know if this is necessary because now the Galio can go back to mid lane, and it's a 5v4 in the mid lane. But honestly, I think they could win the 5v4.
Galio's fault right now. Galio does, but he's going to back. I thought he was going to try to go for some sort of flank. You need to keep going if you're XRising here. I'm very big at this level. Take as much as you can when you have Baron. I think people don't take enough a lot of times.
A lot of pings coming out. Gnar is looking for a flank, maybe. They do know Gnar is there now, so they're not going to let that happen, of course. They are pushing in that top side, too, so great job by Investa to kind of use that advantage with the Baron up there to push that lane really fast. They are going to be able to get that top side tier 2, no problem. All 5 members here in the top lane, and I think they may take this cannon wave here, and they may push in for this next one. We do see Nautilus and Gnar walking. That's a bad place to be. You could get caught out right there. Silas does hit on Gnar. Unfortunately, he is able to get over that little portal gate there. Their attention turns to the turret now. Gnar down low, basically one hit right here. Another little dabble into his HP, and he's going to be dead. 4 members, CAD Storm, that's all you have. Gnar has to go back and heal. They don't have a wave, though, so you have just a second. And a lot. Oh, man, Hawei taking a lot of damage. Ziggs, even though he's 1 in 5, he does have 245 CS, so those Qs landing, all that poke is still pretty dangerous. Diego, be very careful, though. If you dive on that Hawei, you could get blown up very quickly.
Look at these things. Those feet are naked, no boots. 3 items, no boots. Actually, ADC, they're going to be in the other slot. Look at me getting got by the UI.
That's okay. It happens.
They have it. I'm still not used to it. Old habits die hard. They both have boots, but they do have the 3rd item coming through for Ziggs, which, like you said, still scary. You get hit by a couple bombs, and then an ultimate, you will die. So, Hui found that out almost the hard way, able to get out with his life.
Yeah, at this point, I think XRising can pretty much do whatever they want to do. They can send it down mid, they can send it down bot, they can 1-3-1. If I was them, I might consider putting Mesa in the side lane, and the rest of the team maybe in mid, and just go for those inhibitors. You have a few minutes until the Elder Drake comes up. You have a couple of minutes until the Baron comes up, so you could just kind of keep choking the life out of CAD Storm. Keep taking these resources, keep clearing their jungle. Don't let them get anything, and you're going to be in a really good position. CAD Storm, though, there's 4 members here. They do go inside. Oh my God, Nautilus, he does flash over the wall, so he's able to get out. Nar and Viego are in trouble, though, immediately blown up by the Silas in the way, and 2 members of CAD Storm are already dead. Nautilus, big and tanky, he's taking a lot of hits, but there is just no one there to save him. 3 members of
Should
CAD
be able
Storm
to.
dead, and I believe Neferi is going to go in. He's on the account. Okay, my man, you just gave up a shutdown to Ziggs. That may not have been necessary, but honestly, I don't think it matters. It's just Galio. It's just Ziggs left. They're going to be able to get these turrets. They're going to be able to get the inhib, and I have to think they may be able to end the game right now.
Yeah, Monstar inter-spotted. Nefiri finally dies for the first time, but you still have 4 members still up. They're gonna get the first inhibitor in the bottom lane. Do they rotate mid? That's what I would try to do. Open up a second one. You still had 9 seconds, 10 seconds left on Bear, but they're just gonna back out. They're gonna play it safe. Um, there's no reason to take any risks. Unfortunately, Fury did, got punished. They're still in the driver's seat. There's no reason to panic yet.
Yeah, I mean, just reset, get your health back, get your team back, and you can do exactly what you just did again. The Baron's up in 40 seconds if you really want to if you really want to go for that and take that. But honestly, like, I don't think it's actually necessary. Oh my goodness, I may have just messed up a little bit. I apologize, you guys.
Not much going on. I don't know what's going on with the broadcast, but just taking some. Oh, and right as I say that, you're going to see a Galio ult. 4 members of Storm go in. And, first kill is going to go over to XRising. Second kill is going over to XRising.
Oh,
Third
no.
kill as Nefiri goes into the bot lane, or goes into the back line and kills 2. Talent Vacuum does steal 1 away. But that's going to be it. You have 1 member running away, Thuggy running for his life. No need to. It's over.
Oh no, Nefiri does make it there. That's going to be a clean ace. That's going to be a clean ace, and that's going to be the game. XRising Esports takes game 1. 28 kills to 5 kills, and I have to be honest, this game was not particularly close. That was a brutal domination. 2 members of XRising only died 0 times. They didn't die at all. I almost said only died once, but they died 0 times.
Yep.
That was
consistent with their other games. There's only 1 person that averages. Actually, none of them average more than 3 deaths per game, which is crazy to think. So, keeping that stat up and alive. I don't. You need to draft better if you're Storm here. You need to give your players the ability to win the game, and I don't think they were really set up to do that. But XRising, got to give them credit. They executed the comp that was drafted, and they did it at a very high level.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely great job, XRising Esports. That Silas, man, you talked about Storm having talked about the OME couch beforehand, and I have to say, dude, he played Silas exactly like you would want Silas to be played, dude. I mean, he was just everywhere. He was doing a ton of damage. He was in every lane pretty much, affecting every part of the map, and you couldn't ask for more from your jungle. With that being said, Pancake, let's take a quick break, man. Let's give the team some time to go to the restroom. We won't be gone very long. If we have to come back, we'll chat about the game a little bit, but we need to take just a quick short break. We will be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to this uh, production, this broadcast, this show of the Archive Summer Split Krug Division matchup that we have here for you. We have CAD Storm against XRising Esports. If you're just joining us, XRising Esports, absolutely filthy domination in game one to go up 1-0. And we're seeing the draft start here this time. It's the same sides, but CAD Storm is going to have counterpick in this one. So it'll be interesting to see if that shakes up the bands at all. We see the Zaya, we see the Lilia coming out right away here. For those of you, again, if you're just joining, I'm Matthew, Mr. Monstar. I'm here with my guy, Pancake Man.
What's up?
How you doing, Pancake? And what do you see so far? These bands, they look pretty similar, huh?
Exact same bands, except for the Zaya coming in. The Zeri did come first. You see it come in with the third and final band there for XRising. I smart here. They dropped the Mordekaiser band, added the Zaya band. I think they saw the same thing we saw last game. You know, Cat Storm need a carry in the bot lane. As much as we like to give Nemo crap, Nemo can put out some damage. So they're going to be looking to give some sort of carry in the bot lane over to Nemo. I think in this draft, not one of these control mages that need some help.
Yeah, I can't imagine we see another mage bot from the side of CAD Storm. If we do, I'm going to be really concerned. We do see the Mel locked in for XRising, which I'm going to be completely honest is probably frickin' Mel APC.
Yeah, and you know what? The reason I like the Mel early pick is because that also takes out things like Seraphine, which can be pretty dominant. I know some of these supports play it, but it's really hard to play into Mel. So it's kind of almost a pseudo denial there of one of those support picks.
Dude, what they need to put Nemo on is Sivir. I don't know if Sivir is in Nemo's pool, but right now, in my opinion, Sivir is the best counter to these mage bot lanes. You can stay alive, you can use your shield to get to that late game where Sivir can just spam those W, spam that damage, that AoE damage that she does, and be successful in that way. It's the best kind of carry ADC I think to counter these mage bots right now. That's just my personal opinion. I have the most success with Sivir. And instead, we see the Yunara lock in, which
We
I
get our
mean, I
carry.
gotta be honest, Yunara is really strong.
Yep, and this Thresh, I will say, Captain Killer, very, very, very good on the Thresh. So I'm excited to see this bot lane. I'm excited to see what Talent Vacuum brings out. So I don't know if you knew this. That Rel pick that Talent Vacuum had last game was the first repeat pick he has had so far this season. So started the season off with 7 unique champions. First repeat was the Rel. So you
Oh,
got to be careful.
Renekton.
Anything can be brought out.
So the top lane locked in their second pick for the red side. That's interesting.
I mean, maybe one of the safer blind picks here coming over for XRising. Didn't want to drop it because they had probably a good inkling it was going to get banned in the second round of bans. So just take it right now. We'll see what they round it out with. Do they drop support? Do they drop uh, something else? We'll see.
Mel is. I do agree with proximity in the chat that Mel is a flex, but oh, the Draven pick.
Holy Hannah, Gauntlet Throne, the Draven. Oh boy, if you're a jungler, junglers are going to be bot lane.
Yeah,
I can tell you that right now.
I was not expecting a Draven lock in at all in this. I'm gonna be. Has he played Draven this split yet?
Let's look it up real quick. Why not? So
For those of you who don't know, you can go to the archives lol.com. You can go to teams. You can find the XRising Esports team in there under the Krug division, and you can click each of these players and see the champions they've played in the split so far. I'm just throwing that out there. If you don't know that, if you're watching,
it's
if
a
you haven't
very
gone,
good site to use. It's very user friendly. First game on Draven. Has played a Mel game, but for Fleet this is gonna be the first Draven game.
according to the chat,
Let's go.
proximity says that he is a Draven main. I don't know if we look into
Oh
his
gosh.
his OPGG if that's the truth or not. But if that's the truth, this could spell scary. This could be really scary for Nemo and Captain Killer there in the bot lane early on because Draven is really oppressive. And when you add Mel behind the Draven, I don't know if that's going to be Mel support or Mel mid. I have to think it's probably Mel mid. You're going to be in a world of hurt. I would hope with this Draven you see some kind of uh, I don't know what you want to say. I don't want to say enchanter, but maybe some kind of mage, to be honest, that can help deal a ton of damage and just secure those kills early on.
Yeah, and you know what? XRising may not even know, right? They may be keeping that Melliflex as of now, willing to move it into that support role or willing to move it into mid. As you see bans coming through, that Vi being taken away, Vi is very strong. You watch um, all the pro series right now, Vi is being banned or picked very early in drafts, and there's a reason for that. Very easy CC. So CAD Storm, take it away. As on the XRising side, they get rid of 2 mid laners, trying to nail down the champion pool for always first. But let's see. Here we go.
That's a J4, by the
First,
way. That non-pick there that you see fourth is a J4 pick. Just keep that in mind, you guys. As we see the Sejuani counter there.
Sejuani. Okay. Let me talk to this because I've been playing a lot of Sejuani and solo queue right now. I think Sejuani is way underappreciated, especially with a comp like this. You have a Draven, you have a Renekton, you have a lot of damage. This Sejuani, working with someone like Renekton, watch out for a lot of top dives because they can stack up Sejuani's passive very quickly, get that damage out. Oof,
Yeah,
that's a scary combo.
it's a lot of CC, from one champion, right? And if they lock in, what I think is going to be the support pick here potentially, the Alistar. Oh my goodness, that is a perfect complement to this team. I, I got to be honest with
I
you.
actually think that. Go ahead.
I got to be honest. I think XRising may have just draft gapped him again. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think
I'm not as
Catstorm's
big as
draft.
last game.
No. I think their draft is still pretty good. I do think their
Yeah,
draft is pretty good, but XRising's draft here is just absolutely insane.
a great Akali ban. Akali would have been great here, but you see the Talia coming through. Talia going to be able to go to those side waves, maybe even help out, make sure this Draven doesn't cash in on his stacks. But into Mel, who knows? We'll see.
I don't think.
I personally don't think this is a draft gap. I really don't. I like the draft from XRising, I think a little better. But you have a lot of comfort on the CAD Storm side. The Thresh, the Garen, the Jarvan, those I know are very comfortable champions for them. So
My thing is
we'll
this.
see.
I like as a in a vacuum as a singular comp. Catstorm's comp looked really good. I like the Garen in the top lane. I like the Jarvan. I like the Thresh. You're pretty beefy. You have a lot of damage between you, Nara, between Talia, even between Jarvan and Garen. But in this matchup, XRising Esports' comp is just. I mean, what is the Jarvan supposed to do? Who is the Garen trying to kill here, right? If you jump into the backline and you're trying to kill that Draven, you're trying to kill, I don't know, the Mel, right? You have an Alistar, you have a Sejuani that's just going to keep you from ever getting back there, right? On the flip side, like Renekton, like who is stopping this Renekton? I mean, Thresh isn't going to be able to just keep the Renekton out forever. Those flanks that I think are going to come in by this Renekton in this game are going to be really scary.
Yeah, I said right when I saw the Draven, I said, okay, junglers are going to be bot side. I'd almost like to see this Jarvan snowball this Garen because yes, the Renekton can be very, very good, but Garens that get ahead are one of the most annoying champions to play against because you cannot run away. It will chase you down and you will die. So this is I'm excited to see the path of that Thuggy takes here early. That's going to tell us, okay, who is he going to try to play through?
Dude, you have to. I think you have to
Lot of
protect this
points.
Yunara. You need. They are in desperate need of this Yunara to get really strong. If they let this Draven oppress this lane early, and do just everything he wants to do, dominate the early CS, dominate the early waves, get that bot lane pressure, and red side is able to stack up dragons by that, especially like the first one or two. I think Catstorm is going to be in a lot of trouble. So I think Thuggy needs to play towards that bot side. Jarvan needs to make his way down and either focus on that Nemo and Captain Killer bot side, or try to pick off the Mel in the mid lane so that way first can play a more of a roaming game than being stuck in that mid lane.
Ask you this, Monstar. So if this game gets to 40 minutes, right, and it's within a 2,000 gold lead, which team would you rather
Oh,
play?
I
Like,
I
which would you
100%
rather have your count?
I 100% think XRising Esports is on a timer. If it gets to 40
Okay,
minutes, I believe
I
that
agree.
CAD Storm probably wins the game outright. Just because they have a lot of front line for Yunara. Yunara can just absolutely beat down everybody. Um, but that first 30 minutes is going to be really hard.
I don't know about you. I'm excited for this one. I think this game's going to be a lot closer. It should be on paper, not the draft gap that we had last game. So buckle up, everyone. This one could be bloody early and often.
Yep. With
With
that
the
being
way these
said,
comps are
we
presented.
are heading into the spectator delay. I am gonna take. I'm gonna send us to a quick 2-minute break while I get the prediction set up in the chat. So stay tuned. I'll have the channel points delivered to you guys in just a moment, and all of that good stuff. So we'll be right back in 2 minutes. Thank you. And welcome back, guys, to the Archive Summer Split.
Minions have
This is a
spawned.
Krug division matchup here between CAD Storm and XRising Esports. XRising is up 1-0 currently. So looking to close it out here in game 2 with a 2-0 victory and move on to that 4-0. On the other side, we got CAD Storm. They are currently 2-1 in the league and hoping to kind of stay in that plus win column, right? They don't want to go even. They want to stay in that plus win column, stay in the top half of the league, but it's all going to come down to this game. On the blue side, of course, is CAD Storm with Milk Bear on the Garen in the top lane. We see him hit the Renekton upside the head with that big ass sword just a little bit there. Thuggy Charms on Jarvan in the jungle. I'm always first on the Talia in the mid wave. And you guys know him. You guys have been talking about him in the chat a lot. Nimoipi, Mr. Nemo on the Yunara ADC. Captain Killer there with the Thresh. Of course, I'm here with my man Pancake. Pancake, take me through the red side, my friend.
Yeah, red side got a very aggressive early game comp here. Baldy in the top lane, as you see right now, on the Renekton, gonna be a menace all game. Couch, the star of game 1, switching tunes a little bit, going on to the tank of Sejuani. Amorpheus takes that Mel, which was a flex pick in the draft, into the mid lane. And then you have your bot lane. Fleet and Talent on Draven and Alistar. As you see a flash early in the first blood going over to the Mel. That's it. Mel will fall flash to secure that kill.
Oh, Fleep does pick up the kill onto the Yunara too. Sorry there. I was in the. I apologize. I was in the chat, so I did not catch that play there. I will be here for the rest of them. I was just letting people know about the prediction there.
Yep. And so bot lane, catches in right away. Not the biggest end of the world. Didn't have very many stacks for the Draven, but not good for Nemo, as Nemo definitely is going to need to beat the star of CAD Storm if they want a chance to win this game. We talked about it in draft. They're looking to slow the pace down, right? If there is only 10 kills at 20 minutes, they'd be thrilled, right? They want to slow this game down. They want to get to 40 minutes because we both agreed. Late game, probably going to want to prefer the CAD Storm comp.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if this game goes super late, I think that CAD Storm will be in a good position. But like I said in the pregame, this first 30 minutes for CAD Storm is going to be all about survival, and we're only 3 minutes in, and there's already 2 deaths for the side of CAD Storm. So I got to be honest with you, it's not looking great. We do see Jarvan coming in on the flank here. Alistar able to head up their way, but Draven is alone. The jump in by the Jarvan there. The EQ combo there is really looking good. Jarvan's getting down really low. One more hit. He's probably going to be able to pick up the kill. Thuggy does flash to pick up the kill. That may not have been necessary. Alistar flashes back, so only 1 kill picked up there. But great job as we see Sejuani do the same thing there. Talia on the inside. That's going to be a stun off of the Talia. Mel, are you going to be able to get the damage? He misses the Q there. I don't know if she's going to be able to pick that kill up. Does take a couple of turret shots as well. So it was a nice attempt at getting the kill back in the mid lane there for XRising, but they weren't able to finish off the Talia, as Amorphous did miss 2 critical abilities there. We do see Jarvan there in the mid lane as well, rooted by Mel. Mel pulling out a ton of damage. Jarvan alone. You need to be careful right there, my friend. Garen putting out a lot of damage onto Sejuani. Sejuani gonna come back because Renekton making his way down. I think Sejuani just gonna leave that. Mel again on top of Talia. That's a lot of damage. Great job by first picking the kill. Jarvan is still here though. He's gonna be able to get the trade. Great job by Jarvan there. Jarvan now 2-0. Thuggy Charms looking a lot better in this one. This is what he needed to do on the Viego in the last one.
Yep. Razor thin margins. I don't know if you saw that in the bot lane. So you had Couch doing the bot crab, right? And in the tri-bush was Thuggy. Thuggy barely was out of the vision of Couch. Couch didn't see him, was able to get that bot lane gank, get the kill under Draven, start moving this bot lane forward. As you said, 2 kills early for the jungler. Not very many people are going to argue having that happen to them.
Yeah, and Mel there, super greedy. Probably could have just let the Celia live and got away there scot-free. Especially if you're not going to be able to land any of your abilities. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. So far, pretty good job by Nemo in the bot lane. I think he's only down 4 CS. They did give up that kill early, but still, only down 6 CS. So they're playing their waves very good. They're getting the farm that they need to do. And as long as Yunara can do that, not die anymore, and just continue to get this farm, I think CAD Storm is good. They're going to be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, your big difference is going to be in this top lane right now. Garen is bullying the Renekton a little bit. The difference, it was over 10. Bolt finally did hit 6. There was a XP advantage for the Garen. as we see an
A little bit
engage
of
in
an
the bot
engage
lane.
here. Thresh lands the hook on a Draven, so Draven not able to get a lot of pot shots off there pretty early. Jarvan coming over though.
Draven.
Draven and Alistar, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Draven overstepped. The ignite on top of him, that's going to be a lot of damage, and they are going to be able to pick that kill up onto the Draven, I believe. Alistar jumps in.
Oh
The
no!
pulverized Ray. Oh my goodness, Draven is still alive. How is he still alive right now? Fleet playing crazy. The Alistar knockup just absolutely changed the landscape of that fight. They do need to be careful though. That is a turret shot onto Sejuani. What? Nemo?
For all
What?
that, it's a 1-for-1 as well. If you would have told me as that was going on, it was going to be a 1-for-1, I would have been shocked. God,
what did he do right there?
Could have gotten killed.
The Draven, dude. He lives, so I have no idea how he stayed alive. That is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, I don't think the flag and drag hit the Draven. I'd have to go back and see it, but something was out of sync there. Maybe they got greedy and thought they were going to get both. But still, not the end of the world for this Yunara, right? I will say the negative is Draven has gotten both kills, where Yunara has not gotten any of them. Both kills went to Jarvan. So different allocations of gold, but you look at the gold lead, it's only about a 500-600 lead for XRising, nothing major. But
yeah.
The Draven is Dravening. It is snowballing or starting to snowball. As you see the lethality start to come in, he's gonna hurt.
Yeah, the thing is Jarvan obviously 3-0 there, but did misplay, like you said, that EQ there. I think if he would have landed that EQ and knocked the Draven up in the air, Nemo probably would have been able to finish him off. But ultimately, he wasn't able to do that. The Draven does have 2 kills now. The Mel has 2 kills now. All the kills on the side of XRising are exactly where you want them to be. On the flip side, Jarvan does have those 3 kills. So Thuggy had himself a good early game, but needs to find a way to get some resources onto his carries, I believe, as we see Renekton starting to push this Garen off.
Yeah, in the jungle, Jarvan getting early kills isn't the end of the world, but he's not outpacing this Sejuani. And even though we talked about CAD having the better late game, Sejuani is a beefy boy in the late game.
Oh, the flash there by Talia does keep him alive, but the Mel, the ulti just does so much damage at Morphus. Another solo kill there onto I'm Always First, and I just have to say, Nemo put this mid laner I'm Always First as #1 in his Krug Division power rankings. It's a little hard to rank your teammate #1, I believe, but I think Amorphous is showing right now why he should probably be #1. He has been dominating this mid lane matchup, both in the last game and so far in this one.
Yeah, you've seen it in both games. They got to realize the type of comp they have. They need to just not get run out of town early in this game, and they kind of are, right? 5-3 in kills. They're now down 1,200 gold. Stop the bleeding. How do you do that? Push waves, clear waves.
Oh, Talia might have overstayed just a little. Sejuani does miss the ultimate, but he flashes on top of him. He's going to get a couple autos off. That's going to be a lot of damage coming from Amorphous. Mel is able to pick up that kill, and 4 kills now for the side of Amorphous. And first, man, dude, you gotta get some words up. You gotta get some help or something. You gotta quit extending past this middle line. We do see Jarvan here. A little bit of a counter on the bot side. Alistar able to headbutt him out. Now pulverize. Great job there. Draven going to be able to make it out. The flash is used perfectly there. Thresh did flash in. He was going to be able to maybe get the flay off to keep the Draven in there a little bit longer, but Draven, Philippe, able to do a good job using his flash there. So a couple of flashes down. Jarvan probably going to be happy with that as we see them go in on the Alistar now. A lot of damage coming out. Ignite, I think, used on him as well. Alistar, though, a big, beefy guy with that ultimate, and that all is wasted. And CAD Storm, my friends, you guys are just wasting some time down here.
I think
the flash inside. He does ulti on top of the Renekton. That's insane. Multiple turret shots, though, and Renekton does ulti now. Garen on the run. That flash bear, what was that? Gonna go down to the Renekton Baldy, picking up the solo bolo. I have no idea why Bear just teleported or just flashed under the turret like that.
I was just about to talk to this. Yes, there's a lot of focus on the bot lane by the junglers, but this top lane has been on a nice edge the whole game, ready to tip one way or the other. And we thought it was going to tip Bear's way, but he misguessed his damage just a little bit, and Baldy was able to capitalize. Right, had to use that flash, has to use that ultimate, but who cares? Used it to get a kill. And we'll
And
see, does
look at
that
this.
tip that lane?
Look at this. Look at this. Mel sitting on the Blackfire Torch.
Ooh.
Draven sitting on the Collector. Those first items coming in for both of them. And I got to be honest with you, XRising Esports, they may have lost that first dragon, but any objective that comes up anytime soon, it's going to be theirs. We do see Jarvan. He's back in there. The lantern goes out. Jarvan able to come in, and oh my goodness, they just do such a great job with that between Draven and Alistar. The hook does land. Good hook. Good flay. The TP coming in. They are stuck inside of that Jarvan ult, and a lot of damage coming out. Yunara is down. Mel is there as well now. So going to be able to kind of maybe pick up and clean up this fight just a hair. The ulti from Mel, I don't know, a lot of damage right now. He's able to pick up the kill onto the threshold. 1-for-1 trade. Draven is dead. Thresh is dead. Yunara is still here. We do see the mid laner finally coming. Sejuani is here. Great ulti by the Sejuani to lock down Yunara. OME couch. Great choice there. Lands the ultimate, and Nemo is taken down. Captain Killer is taken down. The 2-for-0 trade. They are, oh my god, Sejuani doing such a great job. He's chasing out Talia now. The stun coming out. No, good pushback. Mel flashes in, able to get the slow on top of the Talia now. That's a lot of damage. Amorphous able to pick up the kill as well, and CAD Storm is just falling apart, man. Jarvan as well, just throwing his body in there to die. First death for Thuggy Charms there, but honestly, not a needed one. Yeah. And CAD Storm, man, they are just throwing this game away right now.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. You know, press tap, right? Somebody on CAD Storm has to press tab and go, look, mid lane, bot lane, finish 2 very important items. We cannot fight right now. And what's the first thing they do is they are fighting in the bot lane. I get you want to try to attack this Draven, but you have to know timings a little bit. And CAD Storm is just, you know, it feels more like solo queue play to me by them, where, you know, XRising, they have goals, objectives, they're planning plays. I feel like, God, the timing of that plays could not have been worse with those item breakpoints. What do you do mid lane here? I mean, this is the crazy part. Talia's just got to sit there and farm, right? Bot lane is very tough to gank. You have the head bolt, but to get Jarvan away, axes that can get him out of his flag and drag. It's too hard.
I recognize that Mel is 7-1 right now, and a lot of people are going to look at that and say, oh my god, Mel is going crazy. But I got to be honest with you, what you just said is exactly right. This Alistar is definitely MVP. Every time this Jarvan has tried to make a play on the bot lane, he's just been shut down by this Alistar. So big ups to Talent Vacuum. My man is playing this Alistar to perfection, doing exactly what we need. As we see, I didn't even have time to say anything. Amorphous just absolutely exploded first, and that is a dead Talia. That is a dead mid laner for CAD Storm. We do see an engage here. Alistar goes in, picks up the stun on the Thresh. Not enough damage yet by the Draven, but a good little trade for them, so they're going to be happy with that as they continue to push in the spot side.
I mean, if you're the Talia right now, you're sitting there going, what in the world do I do? If you're somebody else on the team, you're sitting there going, what the heck are we doing? But, you know, it's almost... Part of me wants to say it's not even the Talia's fault, you know, at this point. Mel is so far ahead. Talia's just trying to get any sort of resources, and the range of Mel is... It's just not allowing that to happen. You almost got to take your medicine if you're Talia and just be an AFK under tower farm bot. As Bear, always being annoying. What's new? Stop in the back from Baldy.
Oh man, the Bear slander coming in. He's going to hear this back later, and he's definitely going to know that. At least we didn't slander him that much in game 1. It mostly came here and in game 2, as we saw.
No, if I'm CAD Storm, I am not watching this back. I don't care if you wanted to hear what the cat was.
Oh, the hook does go land on the Alistar, but that ulti, he's just taking no damage. There is just no point. Sejuani hanging around there, and Thresh is going to walk up. He's going to be able to hit him with that W. The stun comes out.
This actually doesn't.
Headbutt pulverize. This looks a little bit dangerous for XRising Esports.
I like this for CAD. They should keep going here.
Thresh lands the hook on the Sejuani. Sejuani getting down really low. Draven is doing a lot of damage. They're not able to do it. The Flay gets everybody overside. Couch does pick up the kill onto Thresh. Sejuani is dead now, but the Draven is still alive. He picks up another kill. They are going to win this 3v3, though. Ultimately, Jarvan going to pick up another kill there. The double kill, I believe, for Jarvan, as we see again in the mid lane. Mel picking up a kill. So it was a 2v3 trade there in the bot lane, but it was a 3v3 overall because Mel just womp womped on the Talia again.
What's harder to kill for Mel right now, a cannon minion or Talia? I don't know. It's a close fight for me.
Dude, I don't.
She's just making it look easy.
Yeah, that was I mean, honestly, a decent fight by Cat Storm in the bot lane, but this. Oh, and Jarvan, what are you doing there, man? Why are
You
you
gotta
right
know,
there?
Jarvan, you don't have map pressure
He's gonna
anywhere.
EQ. He might be able to get out. Renekton does flash over the wall. I don't think he's gonna be able to lock him down though. No, he's not able to get there. The Lancer from Thresh is gonna get him out. Renekton ultis as well. That might have been a mistake. Hook onto him. That's just not gonna do anything. Renekton gonna go ahead and get out of there. They will, I believe, be able to pick up the Drake. They do pick up the Drake, yes. So that Drake over to the side of XRising, and from this point on, I believe most of those Drakes are probably going to be XRisings to claim.
I will say, good. If you're trying to find some positives for Storm, and there's not many, you're actually only down 3K gold, which I thought it was actually going to be more at this point. Your Garen is staying up on farm. Your Yunara is staying up on farm.
Oh, the flashing on the Draven, the play, but Yunara did come up to take out the damage. A lot of damage now. Yunara does get up there. That is going to be a kill for Nemo on to Fleep. Alistar jumps in to headbutt the Pulverize, but Yunara just going to be able to jump out there. And great pickup for CAD Storm there to get another kill onto their Yunara. And, I mean, that's what they want, right? They want this Yunara to get kills. So, I mean...
That was a cat killer.
Oh, right my goodness.
Was that a replay? I don't even know.
I think we're just watching the same thing on repeat at this point. Yep.
Yeah. What are you doing right now, Thuggy? You see the Mel, you need to run. Like, you just need to call off any play that involves a Mel.
Yeah, look at that one Q.
Yeah, I want to give credit to Captain Killer, because Captain Killer, I think, even though some of these plays in bot lane have been a little wonky, he's been hitting good hooks. The flays have gone very well. We've seen multiple double and triple flays. And the play right there was, that was really a kill because of him.
And we see now this Alistar doing the smart thing. The Rift Herald is up, but dude, just stay on top of that Draven, man. Do not leave that Draven's side. That is your... I realize a lot of supports nowadays want to roam. They want to go to these other objectives. They want to do these other things. But right now, man, your one goal is keeping this Draven alive, preventing these ganks. The Jarvan has been bot side like 4 or 5 times now, so they need you there, man.
And the other good thing going for Storm here is I can't see
we see the engage. Sejuani on top of the Garen, and Sejuani able to jump over the wall. It does get another little proc off there. I don't think he's going to be able to stop the Garen, though. Garen really fast.
Mel coming up.
I don't know. Sejuani might go for it. Oh, he misses it. That would have been able to get it. He does get the Q to knock him up a little bit there. Another one that's a stun. Renekton able to dive in. Gets a stun as well. And all of a sudden, Bear, you're dead as well. That's another turret shot. Ooh, did he get the counter there? Okay, no. Sejuani able to stay alive. Whew. Whew. That was very close, Sejuani.
I will say it was. The good thing for Storm right now is I wouldn't be surprised if Mel alone has a 2K gold lead right now. So if early on in a fight, if you can pick off Mel, the subsequent fight is going to be very even, right? So it's not completely lost. Now that's easier said than done, obviously. But if you can eliminate the Mel early in a fight, you're going to have a decent chance at still winning some of these fights.
No, I absolutely agree. What they want to do is prevent this Mel or anyone really from getting close to Yunara, because honestly, Nemo is, despite being down in kills right now, is playing very well. He's got 152 farm. He's actually up in CS on this Draven, which, I mean, that's like the opposite of what you want to do. As we see the hook land on the Draven, you're going to be dead again, my man. Another kill for Nemo. Great hook by Captain Killer. He is tearing this bot lane right now, and he is keeping CAD Storm a hair's length away from being inside of this game. Alistar does get the double knocked up, but you are going to die. That's a double kill for Yunara, and all of a sudden, I mean, they can win, dude. They can win. They can do it. We see Sejuani, you're in a displace there. Garen finally using that ultimate, able to bring down the Sejuani. Renekton also getting real low. Mel is here, but I don't think that's enough. You're just a little bit too late. The root onto the Jarvan is going to be really dangerous, and that's a 1-for-1 trade. Renekton all of a sudden back at full HP. It's a 2v2 now.
Oh, the dragon spawned before they were able to finish the Herald. All that for nothing.
Oh, man. So a good retrade there by XRising, but CAD Storm, man, they are all of a sudden, again, only down 1.5k gold. It was a 3k gold lead. They are closing that gap just a hair. And I got to be honest with you. I think that Mel is really strong. I really do. I think Mel is 11-1 right now, and obviously for the next 10, 15 minutes is going to be kind of the dominating force in this game. But I think the Yunara is just ahead of the Draven now. I think the Yunara
And
is
you know
just so
what?
much
They're doing
stronger. And
something huge. I want to mention this. A lot of teams in this point, okay, they would be switching their bot lanes to mid. I think it's best for Storm not to do that, right? You want to keep this bot lane isolated down there, allow this Thresh succeed in the 2v2, and just say, hey, always first, do your best chance to try to not die mid lane. But if this Yunara can continue to kill this Draven, it's worth it.
we do see Sejuani coming down on this bot side. Thresh and Yunara, you need to be a little bit careful. Here he comes. You guys are in a bad spot. Sejuani's going to be able to get on the backside now. Yunara does get... Oh, flashes the ulti. Really good job by Nemo there to that gank. That could have been really dangerous.
Yep. And I think at some point, this Garen, top lane has been very vanilla, right? This Garen is going to be a problem. He's going the damage build, right? He's got the executioners for the anti-heal. Yeah, second dragon is going to go over to XRising here, which, once again, good call. Hey, give dragon, give Drake. We will win this late game. Just don't lose too bad the early game, which they tried to.
Oh my goodness!
But
Look
they're
at
kind
this.
of stabilizing it now.
Look at this gold lead for Yunara right now. Yunara is up 2k gold on the Draven at the moment. That is a lot of gold for Yunara to be up in. That's exactly what CAD Storm wants.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before in the draft. What's the win condition here? Get Nemo on a carry.
Oh my goodness, the flash for the turret. It's a lot of damage. Goodness. Oh, another kill for Nemo. They do get the counter and dive on the bot side. Draven picking up the kill onto Talia, of course, first dying again. Garen and Renekton in the 1v1. Jarvan is here. My friend Baldy does flash over the Jarvan wall. You're in trouble, man. I think you're going to die. The ulti comes out from Garen, and that's a shutdown for Bear there. And all of a sudden, CAD Storm has tied it up. Gold is even.
Let's summarize what just happened here. Okay, right? Nothing new. We have Talia dying bot lane. Thresh still carrying, gets the kill onto Mel. Might be foreshadowing for later in this game. Who can carry harder, the Mel or the Yunara? Looking like it might be the Yunara. And then finally, we're starting to see this Garen take over in the top lane. 3 lanes, 3 different outcomes. But I think the overall synopsis should be, here comes CAD Storm.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think XRising's timer might be starting to come down a little bit. It's getting a little bit dangerous for them. Yunara getting strong. The Talia obviously not in this game at the moment, but Garen with those 2 kills up 21 CS. I think there's a big chance we could be looking at a game 3 here. I think this next dragon is going to be pretty telling of which side is kind of in the driver's seat.
Here's one thing I don't like. You need to get this Garen into bot lane quick, right? There's the 2 towers still up there. Only 1 plate left in that bot tier 1. This Talia, no matter where you put her, she's going to be in danger. But Garen just going back up to the top lane doesn't have the overall team impact. Oh, that's a good headball pulverized there by Alistar. Stops the flag and drag.
Oh, the ulti comes out from onto Yunara. Yunara down below half HP now. Able to... Oh, immediately dead. Fleet, great job picking up the kill there. Jarvan, you're also in trouble. Renekton does pick up a stun. Couch going to be able to secure that kill, and 2 members of CAD Storm dead. We were just talking all this great stuff, and all of a sudden, the 2 strongest members of their team is dead, and Red side is pinging that Baron right now. Is this going to be a 24-minute Baron?
I think it very well could be. They have the damage to do it.
Bear doing what he needs to do on the top side there. But Mel is going to show up here and absolutely bonk on this Garen, I believe. Garen does flash under. He does get rooted there. The ulti comes out, and he is going to pick up the kill, but I think he might die also in the process. No, he's going to survive just barely there. Mel, oh my goodness. Bear just showing who's boss there. He might only have been 2-2, but he is Garen, and he is scary. Now, that is going to be a Baron. That is going to be a Baron for the side of XRising. So 4 members are still going to have that Baron. What do they need to do with this Baron pancake to make it worth it?
Yeah, before I get into that real quick, what I like from Baron, no hesitation there, right? Saw the Mel, instantly flashed on him, gets the kill, gets out. Now, for this Baron, what do you see? Okay, what do we have to crack? All 3 tier 1s are down already. first tier 2 you want to try to crack is obviously going to be that mid lane, open up the map a little bit. That's what I would try to do if I was XRising here. You're not going to be able to properly match this Garen in the side lane. Maybe if you go against the Garen, put the Mel there like they have now, try to just neutralize the Garen and then push top lane. Not a bad plan either. I don't like this 1-3-1. It looks like they might be planning for an attack on the Garen. Almost like, attack the global. They're going to attack the Garen.
I don't know if that's a good idea. This Garen is really fast. Mel able to do a lot of damage, but Garen is inherently pretty tanky. We do see the hook there onto the Draven. Draven, though, or Thresh, you're kind of alone. Draven, you need to be careful, my man. Yunara is here. Yunara does a ton of damage. Thresh is getting down really low fast, though. And all of a sudden, they are winning this 2v2 fight. Blue side going to have to run away there.
Thresh doesn't get Draven's Draven caught down. It's tough for Yunara to get that damage.
Oh, the stun on the Jarvan. Again, no follow-up. So XRising is just, they're getting really close to some of these plays. They're getting off some stuns, they're getting off some CC, but ultimately it's not working as CAD Storm is able to pick up another turret, so evening this gold back up again. Now we see Sejuani and Draven on top of the Garen here. Garen going to go in, though, maybe a little aggressively. Alistar here, Mel here. Okay, yeah, Bear, I don't think you're coming out of a lot. I don't think you're getting anything out of this one, bud. You are going to die.
This is another play calling, shot calling thing. You have to tell your squad, hey, dragon is up, don't die. If we want any chance to contest this dragon, you can't have your Garen die in the side lane right there. They go straight in, capitalize on the dragon. Now that's 3, right? You don't want to give up a second Infernal Drake. The first one you gave up in game 1 didn't help very much. As you see, good captain, but I don't think the damage can come through as you see the ult by Renekton as the bigger fight breaks out. Killing Jarvan.
Big fight here. Sejuani taking a ton of damage. Those turret shots not being very nice. I know early you were able to take a lot of those. Good hook by Thresh. But, the stun coming out. Great ulti onto the Yunara. Not going to be able to be effective. That's going to be a turret dropping for CAD Storm there. Really good kind of siege by XRising Esports with that Baron. You want to make, maybe try to get another one still. You still have a little bit more time on the Baron. I don't know exactly how long they have left, but they are getting some vision control. They are picking up that turret. I believe they're just going to reset maybe and plan on for this next play, which I believe is either the Baron in 3 minutes or the next Dragon in 4, and that would be Soul for XRising. So let me ask you, if I was this side of Blue Storm, or this side of this blue team right now, if I was CAD Storm, what do I need to do? Because we saw it just now. They kind of threw their lead. They're even up a little bit. They were tied up, and now all of a sudden they're down 2K goal again. So back to where we were before they were able to catch up. What do they need to do to equalize this again?
Yeah, I think what you gotta do is make a play, around that minute mark before the next dragon, right? Figure out where this Renekton on the side lane is. Try to find some gaps in vision. Get your Thresh over there. Make a play on mid lane. Make a play somewhere. Plan for something so you don't have to try to fight at this dragon, so to speak, win the dragon fight before the dragon fight even happens, right? Make it a 4v5, make it a 3v5. Try to do something that's not just, hey, let's do the dragon dance and have just a meet 5v5 team fight. We'll see if they actually do it. I think there's opportunities with this Renekton. You kill the Renekton, move the Garen over to the dragon, and you should have priority to take down that dragon, but they haven't really shown us they can do that kind of thing in this series yet.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. This XRising it's just kind of dominating the map, right? Like they're everywhere. They're covering all the angles. They have the vision control. They have the lanes pushed up. That top side, I guess, for CAD Storm pushing in again at the moment, but not really something that it seems like XRising is concerned about. As you see, Sejuani getting another gank here on the Garen. He is going to be able to get the procs off. That is a stun there for Garen. Renekton and Sejuani 2v1. Garen doing a ton of damage, though. Jarvan is here as well. That might have been a mistake. They are being able to kill onto the Renekton, and Garen doing a ton of damage. Alistar and Sejuani now alone. All members of CAD Storm are here. I think this is a bad idea. Draven flashes in. Why did you flash in, my man? You are not supposed to do that. Maybe able to pick up the kill there onto the Jarvan, potentially? No, he's going to get picked off. And XRising Esports, it just feels like they don't understand that they can't kill the Garen. What are you doing?
Huge seismic shove right there by Talia. I don't know if sorry to cut you off, but huge seismic shove gets to shoves them into the Yunara. Yunara finishes them off, allowing them to win that fight overall. Talia, I gave you some crap early game. You got kind of the bad end of the stick, but great play there to get that seismic shove right into your ADC for some easy kills.
Yeah, I agree. That was a well-played fight by CAD Storm, but I got to be honest with you. I don't know if that was really well played by CAD Storm or if XRising just got... They just made the same mistake they made earlier. Again, they went for a gank onto a Garen without one of their like hyper damage champions there, like Draven or Mel. Like Renekton and Sejuani, you're not gonna kill the Garen. Not fast enough.
Yeah, and Monstar, I gotta jump in here because this makes me really upset. They win that fight, right? They win that fight. Dragon's up in a minute. You should have wards all over the bot side enemy jungle, and they have one. Right? They have one ward they left behind. You win that bot fight, you should know where every member of XRising is going to be in that bot lane, and they have no clue.
Oh no, this mid lane's going to be in a lot of trouble. They have no vision, just like you were saying. Thresh is caught out. That's a lot of damage coming out. Sejuani doing a great job taking that damage, and also on the front side, Talia is taken down. Thresh is around half HP. Yunara is on the run, and all of a sudden, just like you were talking about, no vision. They had no idea that XRising was coming. Thresh is now procced up, stunned. Alistar hits him with the headbutt into the wall. It's a 4v4 here, though. Jarvan on the backside with Mel is actually doing a ton of damage. Hazonia, yeah. I think XRising might be in a little bit of trouble. Garen is on that backside. He's going to get the ulti off into the Draven. Draven is dead all of a sudden. Sejuani almost, I think, going to be able to pick up the kill, but Renekton is alone here. He's able to get the kill onto the Thresh, but it's Garen, Sejuani. I don't think you're going to be able to win this fight. The 3-for-3 trade. Mel is there, though. Garen, you stepped up too far, and they got caught. Mel, great job. Oh my goodness, Amorphous. He decided not to back there. He stayed with a sliver of HP, and he was rewarded by a bear that just stepped up a little bit too far. And now XRising is going to be in a good position to take this Drake.
Yeah, I think the Talia is up, the Yunara is up. I don't know if they're going to be able to take it right away. Still no vision, right? And throughout that whole thing, and he's just going to start it. Yeah, this is not good. This is sole point. And it just seems like there's a lack of emphasis on it from the CAD Storm side. There's going to be a solo member taking it. I mean, that's just crazy.
I mean, they are. CAD Storm is pinging it a lot, but I don't think they're aware that it's going down. They are aware now, and I just don't think there's anything they're going to be able to do. Talia is going to come in here, but the smite is going to come out. Talia, why? No, you got to be careful, my man. Got to be very careful. Yunara jumps in as well. This Alistar and Sejuani are both here, though. No. Be careful, you guys. If that Alistar catches up to you, you are both just dead. Sejuani does catch up. Talia is low. That is a dead Talia. Yunara below half HP. Renekton on the backside. Great TP in. Yunara is going to die as well. XRising Esports looking great here. That TP is not necessary. Why would you TP in here? This fight is over, Garen. Bear. There's 4 members of this team here. You are going to explode, my friend. What a TP. What a waste, man. You should have just stayed wherever you were, pushed the lanes down. Red side now, pinging to get this turret, pinging the Baron. I think they're making the right choice. Get these turrets down, get this base broken into. Thresh is not going to be able to stop you. Jarvan is not going to be able to stop you. Great job by XRising Esports. And CAD Storm, man, I don't really know what to say there. I don't know why you just TP'd in.
It's miscommunication. It's miscommunication. They're not on the same page right now, and it goes back to something I've been harping on, and I'm sure everyone in the chat's like he said this 6 times. The shot calling is either not there, and I just think it's not there. There's no way a shot caller is saying, "Hey, TP in," when they know their whole team is there and you still have one dead. Yeah, you just need to unfortunately take your medicine there, give that dragon, because now you're not just losing the dragon, you're going to lose the Baron, and eventually your base here shortly if you're not careful.
Yeah, I agree. This is going to be Baron for red side. I don't think you should try to contest this CAD Storm. The hook onto the Alistar isn't going to get you anything. If anything, it's going to get you killed. Be very careful. The ulti comes out from Sejuani. Doesn't land it. Thresh, though, is alone. You are by yourself, my friend. That is going to be an instantly dead Thresh. That is a Baron-filled XRising Esports. And that is only 4 members left for CAD Storm here. I think we're going to see the 1v4 split.
Here if you're XRising. One dead for another 38 seconds. You got to crack the base.
Yeah, I think this is a huge moment for XRising. We talked about that 40-minute timer where Yunara is all of a sudden really scary. We do see Garen waiting in the bush there. All of a sudden, Jarvan, Garen, That is 2-on-1 there for
Yo.
the Renekton. They may pick up the kill. Renekton, though, does stay alive through the ulti. He is able to stay alive for a little bit more time than I think they expected. Baron-empowered minions in the mid-wave, though, are going to continue to push in. These 4 members of XRising are still really strong. And I honestly think CAD Storm, while they were able to pick up the kill on the Renekton, I think they're in a lot of trouble.
Yes and no. You know, this is still a skill level. This is not like we're watching. See, and I'm gonna make a point here. Here's a dead Garen, maybe. Missed the stun
oh,
by
the
Mel.
ulti comes out onto the stun. Great job there by Sejuani,
okay.
but that's a lot of damage. Mel is doing so much. He does get the flash out. Okay, the flash is able to help him get out of there. Now XRising needs to be careful. Great pullback there by Talia. There's 5 members of CAD Storm here and only 3 members of XRising Esports. They could be in a lot of trouble. Alistar is taking a lot of damage.
Here's
the ulti by Jarvan onto the Mel. The Sonya's from Mel. Great job, though. Draven is here doing a lot of damage. A shutdown onto the Mel for the Garen. That is huge. Sejuani taking a ton of damage, though. Garen not able to really get in there and get a lot of damage off. Oh, my goodness. Those auto attacks now. Oh, those auto attacks do so much damage. Somehow, even though they lost a member of their team, XRising is still kind of in the dominating position here. They can't do anything against this Draven and Sejuani.
CAD Storm, huge mistake in the latter half of that fight. The moment Draven enters the fight, you need to stop attacking the Sejuani. Nice kill there by Bear, but you need to stop attacking the Sejuani in that fight when the Draven enters. It needs to switch all CC, a thresh hook, a flag and drag. Something needs to go at that Draven because you have one form of CC hit that Draven, dead instantly, right? They didn't do that. They thought they could kill the 4 or 5 item now full build jungler, and they weren't able to, and the Draven was able to free hit.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest with you. I know XRising is in a I want to say an advantageous position right now. They are looking pretty strong. Those Draven axes are starting to chunk really hard. I think their timer is starting to come to an end. They do have Thresh, you are in a bad position, my man. You should not be there. Those Draven axes are so heavy, dude. They do so much damage. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you're the tank or you're a squishy. Those axes do a lot of damage. Elder is up in 60
saying,
seconds.
Though, we're getting to that point where Mel is almost full build. Once Mel hits full build, this Talia is going to start catching up, right? Talia still has to finish 2 items. But eventually, if all of a sudden we start getting to 40, 45, 50-minute game, everything Mel has done up until this point will start to mean nothing because everyone's going to start being full build. And we talked about this in draft. We both preferred the CAD Storm comp late game than the XRising late game. So we'll see. It does come down to execution. But
oh no, Jarvan a little bit caught out there. The ulti from the Sejuani gets the slow off, but he's not able to get the stun there. So he's going to go back. The Dragon is up in 20 seconds. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're going to see 50 minutes. I think this fight right here for this Elder is going to determine it. The hook onto the Sejuani, we're going to see the fight start right now. Sejuani really tanky, able to do a lot of damage. He's able to pop himself out of there. Another hook in by Thresh. Captain Killer doing a great job. The jumping by Jarvan, the ulti on the backside. Draven is alone there. Sejuani getting really low. Alistar so tanky though. Oh my goodness, he is so tanky. He never dies. They finally are able to kill him. They do trade support for support. There's still some big guys left for the side of XRising Esports, though. Renekton down below half HP. Jarvan jumps in again. Jarvan, though, you're alone, man. That was too early. Philippe is able to pick up the kill. Draven is able to just free shot in the backside. Garen dead now. That's only 2 members left. Yunara dead, and all of a sudden, every member of CAD Storm is dead. XRising Esports. 3 for 5 trade. They get the ace, and that could definitely be the game.
Yeah, see, the problem is here that Jarvan jumps in, great EQ, and ult on to the Draven, but no one can get back there. I know it's tough, especially in a tri-bush fight, but you need to run past the Sejuani. The Sejuani will not hurt you. And it's tough to do, but you gotta try.
So it's going to be up to this Thresh right now. Is he going to be able to stop this Renekton and Draven push? I don't know.
Yeah, so what, 18 seconds on Thuggy? I think this is unfortunate.
Yeah, Renekton and Draven, just aim at that. You guys have the 2-0 in your sights. Here we go, XRising Esports. They are the winners here, 2-0. Absolute amazing performance, dominating game one. A little shaky in game two. A couple of moments there. Cat Storm, they drafted a little bit better in this one. They played the game a little bit better. Nemo, absolutely insane with 325 farm on that Unara. But at the end of the day, XRising Esports moves on 4-0 now in the league. 4-0, man. And this team is just, they are performing right now.
Yeah, they were able to get early game leads, and they were able to transition those into wins, into objectives. And they just had no answer early game for CAD Storm. X Rising able to take advantage of the skills that they have, and they deserved it today. Really, that's how it is. Couch played, I think, phenomenal both rounds. Amorphous, uh, game two. I mean, made I'm always first. Probably want to quit the game. But you know what? Hats off to X Rising. They played very, very well.
Yeah, they did, and I agree with you. The call out there of Amorphous and OME Couch, that mid jungle combo was just absolutely nasty. But I just want to say, man, they played well in both games. But the Draven in that last fight, I wish I could see the damage numbers from just that fight. Right at the end of the game, Mel did 49,000 damage and Draven did 44,000 damage. I have to think 10k of that damage from Draven was in that last fight. Just absolutely went nuts in that last fight. They were able to kind of get the Mel to use that Zonia's early on in the fight, but they didn't do anything about the Draven. He just sat in that back spot. He let those axes go, and everybody melted on the side of CAD Storm. Not the worst thing in the world for Storm. They are 2-2 now, so they were on a 2-game win streak, but now. But now they go back to that even score somewhere towards the middle to top of the bottom half of the leaderboard at this point. But dude, XRising Esports, phenomenal series, and the clean 2-0. I mean, they've now beaten four of the seven teams that they're going to be up against
Yeah.
this split. Uh,
Yep. And you know what? The first three games, they were against the bottom three teams in the division. CAD Storm now is middle of the pack, but they had beaten Blight, they had beaten Cat Ice back to back 2-0s. A little bit better of a win against CAD Storm for our X Rising, and they made a statement today. Hey, you can only play who they put in front of you, and we've beaten them all. And it was a great performance, right? Or top to bottom, they deserved it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think with that, guys, unless you have any closing comments, we're gonna close this one out. We'll be back tomorrow, you guys. Everyone out there watching, go to the Discord, go to the streaming schedule. Tomorrow we are gonna see a Scuttle Division matchup between TSG Prime and Silver Song Mavericks at 9 Eastern. Okay, all right. You're most likely gonna see Ryline on that cast. Maybe another couple of casters there. Big matchup there in the Scuttle division. We get to see TSG from last split. For those of you who don't know, they were the runner-ups in the lower division last split. They did pick up a new player there in the support role, Moosey. Those of you who have been around our Discord, you know Moosey. You love Moosey. She's the designer behind pretty much everything that you see in the archives, graphics-wise. So shout out to Moosey. Good luck in your game tomorrow. Silver Song, man, we're stoked to see you guys on the cast. Pancake, before I close it out, man, any last comments, any final things you want to say? This is your first cast, man. I think you did an excellent job, dude, for your first one. I hope you come back, man. I would love to see you back on one of these. What are you thinking?
No, yeah, we'll be back for sure. These are always a lot of fun. High action, a lot of kills. What else can you ask for, right? So it was a lot of fun. Uh, Very happy to do this today and in the future.
Absolutely. Again, Pancake Man, thank you. And real quick before you guys go to the archives, lol.com. Okay, I know you guys probably get tired of me plugging that, but I'm going to plug it as much as I can. If you don't know, our man Mega, the tech guru here at the archives, doing a great job with the website. Just putting some of the coolest stuff together, honestly, for us. Really, really love that dude. please go check out the website, thearchiveslol.com. You can find all the information. You can find stats, individual stats, stats by role. You can find game results, all the things, everything you could possibly want. You can see our history. You can see our draft events. You can see information about the archives if you're new to us and you don't know who we are. You can go onto the website and find out all the stuff, the creators, the people who are behind the scenes. You can do all those kind of things from thearchiveslol.com. Side note, big shout out to obviously the community. We appreciate y'all being here, everyone watching on the Twitch,
Yes.
supporting us. You guys are fantastic. All the admins, all the moderators, all the staff out there at the archives, Mega, Jinstro, Skildolfer, Rylion, Big Buddha. Goodness gracious, there are so many names out there. I'm gonna miss people. I hate. I wish I had a list in front of me to give everybody out. I do have a list of people that are out there, but I don't want to waste too much time. Not that it's a waste talking about you guys. Goodness gracious. You guys are all amazing. I'm trying to pull up the list. I was trying to jabber on long enough that I could get the list pulled up to actually see all the names. Okay, we got Boyd,
This is a
Bracker, and
machine.
Tiger.
It's a machine. A lot
Harry,
of people need
it
to jump
is. It
in
is.
to keep this running. And I've only been around for a short period of time, but I mean, from the website, for those of you who haven't been on the website, you run into a lot of these Discord communities that have websites and they're not user friendly. They don't really give you the information you need. If you want to know something about a team, you can find it on the website. If you want to know something about an individual player, how they're playing, you can find it on the website. So this has been really cool for me to see and follow all that stuff. And then for the Discord support side, people to play with, teams to try to get on, those kind of things. It's awesome. So go to the website. You can get to the Discord from there. All those kinds of things. But very well run operation here from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and I appreciate that, man. We do a lot. We do our best to give you guys everything that you need. I mean, that's really what it's all about. We're a bunch of volunteers, man, who just want to be a place that people can come and have fun. With that being said, great games again to XRising Esports, 4-0 on the split. Tough break for Cat Storm, the 2-2, but we'll be seeing them, I'm sure, some more this split. Peace out, Archives fans. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys next time.